So to launch Blender, find the Blender icon that looks kind of like an eyeball, and double click it. This will launch the Blender interface. And Blender is a free 3D modeling and animation software package that we use in class. We are using version 2.75. If you download it for use at home, you will probably be at 2.76b or so, at least that's what it is right now. This splash screen, this little box that shows up right here, has a different picture each version, so your picture, if you download it at home, will be a different picture. So you can just click anywhere to get rid of the splash screen. There are 3 objects that always are loaded when you load a new file. One is the camera, one is the lamp or light, and one is a cube. And this is an example of a standard mesh that Blender allows you to work with. There are names for all the parts of this screen. So over here we have a tool shelf. You'll see that there are tabs. We will mostly be using the tools and the create, mostly the create actually. And under create you can see that there's different kinds of meshes. The cube is the one that's loaded right now. You can also add different kinds of lights. And way down here at the bottom, if you accidentally delete your camera, which can happen, you can add a camera. We're not going to add anything yet. So this is the tool shelf. The top bar is called the info pane, and you'll see like the file menu, there's a render menu, some window options. Right here is where you can change what render engine you use. Right now we're going to stick with Blender Render. Over here in the top right is called the outliner, and that has a list of everything that's in your scene, everything that's in your little 3D world here. Right now I just have a camera, a cube, and a lamp. That's it. This next part over here on the right hand side is called the properties editor, and that has a lot of different options. Each of these icons here at the top allows you to do different things, and I'm scrolling my middle mouse button to move over here. I can also resize this so I can see the whole thing at once. We'll talk more about this later, but there's a lot of different options that can be selected based on what you have selected out here. And down here at the very bottom is called the timeline, and this is used when we do animation, so we won't use this for a little while. At the bottom of your main 3D view window or viewport window, this is the viewport window, this main section here, there are some options that we'll use quite a bit. So this mode, we'll use object and edit mode quite a bit. At first we'll stick with object mode and then we'll get into edit mode. Here is some view options that if you ever find yourself having some kind of crazy view going on, you can go here. We're usually in solid mode, that's the normal view. Another thing that can go wrong is if you click this button right here and it's a dark gray, things don't work properly, especially when you're trying to scale or move or rotate things. So make sure that that button right there is always a light gray. And then right next to it, this button hides some of the manipulators that we need to use, these 3 right here that we'll talk about in the next video. So make sure if you lose those manipulators, it's that little button right there.